Hi, this is Hardin Tate with RedwoodForex.com. I wanted to go over some MT4 basics that any Forex trader needs to be able to trade. So here we have a blank graph, and the first thing that you're probably going to want to change or customize for yourself is the actual bearish and bullish candles. So right now I have it set where each red candle is a bearish candle and each green candle finished bullish. So if you want to change this, you right click your mouse and go to properties, and then it'll bring up this with all these different options where you can change the background, the foreground, bar up, bar down, bull candle is up, bear candle is down, and you can do this depending on your personal preference. I personally like red and green for some odd reason. I know it's kind of the stop and go, so I'll keep that as that. And there's a few indicators that I use. I use the moving average. I use an exponential 365, an exponential 150. And the way that you insert that is you would go up here to insert, go to indicators, go to trend, and then go to moving average. Right now it brought me to the visualization. Right now I have all time frames, levels. You don't need to mess with that. So right here, for period you would put 365, and then MA, I use the exponential, and then you apply to the close. And then you decide what color and line type that you want. So I'm going to put that on. So there's my 365 exponential moving average. I also use a 150. So you'll come over here and do it again. So you go to insert, indicators, trend, moving average, 150, exponential, close. I don't want orange, I want them to be different. How about purple? So there we go. We got the 150 moving average and 365 moving average on here, both exponential. Another thing that I use is fib lines, Fibonacci's. I have them right now in my toolbox. Well, let's say it wasn't here in this toolbox. If you right click anywhere in this toolbox, you can come up to Customize. Click Customize, and you can see on the left hand side all the available options that you can add to it. I don't use any of these, so that's why I don't have it on my toolbox. So for instance, if I want to add vertical lines, you just click it, hit insert, and then you can see now it's over here on the right hand side. I don't want it, so I'm highlighting it and then remove. So there you go. And so I'm going to pick my Fibonacci, and you click from the high to the low and drag it. Okay, and it's that simple. Now you can have Fibonacci going down like that, or you can have Fibonacci going from the move that started at the bottom and then moved up. You can see actually where the market is right now, you actually have two overlapping fib lines, so that's an interesting area to watch. So it'll be interesting to see what the market does from here, if it'll either break through and hold, or if it won't be able to break through and continue its bearish moves down. So let's get rid of these. Another thing that I like to use is the RSI for momentum and also to see if there's any divergence in the market. So to do that, you right click your chart and go to, go to insert, indicators, and then go to oscillators. And the RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. So you click that, and brought visualizations, put on all. And then for levels, you want to add a 30, a 70, and a 50 if they're not already there. 30 means that if it goes below that, it's being oversold, and if it goes over 70, it said that it's overbought. So let's just say that you don't have that. Let's say that the 50 is not there. I'll get rid of this. So delete. So you just go to add, and then you just insert the number and hit enter. And it's really that simple. And parameters. I use a 14 period. It's just the standard period, and I apply it to the close. And keep all the options as you see them here. And you pick whatever color and line choice that you want. So you click OK, And bam, there's your RSI. Let's say you want to move the RSI, make it bigger, make it smaller. If you bring your mouse over to the top of the RSI, you can see it says click, drag, border of window. From here, you can actually, if you keep clicking down and drag your mouse, you can move the window up and down. So it's real nice if, say, you just want to look at a plain chart and just see plain price action without having the RSI interfering. You can drag it all the way to the bottom and you can really look at your charts. So from here, the most important tool that a Forex trader has is horizontal support and resistance lines. So I have mine already in the toolbox right here. And remember earlier I explained that if you right click anywhere in that area and go to customize, it will bring up this customizing toolbar options. So I click this and now I go to my chart and I can start drawing my lines. Now at first you might have trouble drawing your lines, but try to look for big round numbers and areas where the market has interacted with this in the past. So 78.1, 78, I'll put it around 0.78 level. Big round number, good level. You can see where prices interacted with it here, wasn't able to close above. Played around with it here, 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 and also here. I'm sure if I went back in time, I'm sure there's even more examples. Oh, look at that, perfect example where the market played around with that area. So if you want to get rid of this line, you just double click it, and you can see that the ends of it on the left side and right side both turn into little dots, and then from there you just hit the delete button and it goes away. Some other interesting things that you might know, some shortcuts. If you press the control, actually if you go to File, View, you can see Market Watch, Data Window, Navigator, Terminal, and for instance if I hit Terminal, there it pops up. If you want to get rid of this, the shortcut is to hold down the Control plus T button and it will get rid of it. It says, actually gives you the shortcuts under the View button. See, for Market Watch, Control M, Control D. So there's my data window. That was Control D, Control plus N. That brings up my navigator, and then I can move that up and down by moving this, dragging it up. You can also move this wherever you want. Put it back. Oops. See, I didn't want that. So I'm going to drag this box out. And there we go, got the right shape. Drag it back down. Some other good things, Control F. If you do Control plus F, it brings up your crosshair, which is real important. So you can decide how many pips you need to trade. So from here, when you have the crosshair, if you left click and then drag, it'll tell you how many pips have gone by. So to recount, we have the Market Watch window, which contains all our currency pairs that we want to trade. We also have the navigator, which has our accounts, our indicators, and earlier I mentioned that you can insert the indicators by going to Insert, Indicators, and then finding your proper indicator. Well, as well, you can also click here, find the indicator that you want, click it, and drag it onto the actual chart that you're trading. And you also have your terminal, which is down here, which contains your trade history and your account information. So now that you know all this, you want to trade. So how do we actually do a trade? So let's just say, for instance, that we want to do a Euro USD trade. So let me put the pound just so you can see it. So let's say we want the Euro USD. So we highlight it, click it, and drag it onto the chart. And voila, it pops up over here. Now that you're here, how do we actually enter a trade? Well, there's several different ways you can do it. You can click New Order, which is right up here. You can hit F9, or you can go to Tools and New Order. Either way, it'll bring you to the same menu. And from here, you can do the symbol. It'll bring you to the symbol of whatever chart you're on at the time. Do the volume. So right now it's on 1/10 of a lot. But so for instance, 1 volume, this would be 1 lot. This would be 4 lots. So That's how you do that. And then market execution. If you do market execution and then click buy or sell depending on which way you want to go, it's going to put you directly into the market depending on what price it is. If you want to plan for the future, you can do a pending order. And here you can see that there's a buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop. You're going to use the sell and buy limits to do touch trades, and you're going to use the sell and buy stops to do breakouts. Now, for instance, let's say you want to do a sell limit. Where would you do a sell limit? So you would do sell limit, you would enter the price that you would want it at, and then you would also put your stop loss and your take profit. So I'm not going to put this right now, but let's say, for instance, when would you use a sell limit? So, for instance, here, you can see where prices interacted in the past. Here, oops, excuse me. You can see where prices interacted in the past, here. And you can also see where it interacted here. And you can see this bar right here closed below this level, broke through, and then was able to close it below. And when price came back, you would put a sell limit at the 1.324 level. And when price touched this, it would enter you into a sell, and you would go down. Now say, for instance, you wanted to do the same trade, but you wanted to wait until it broke the candle. I don't know, that's just the way you trade. So for instance, if you wanted to enter into the trade after it broke this level, you would put in a sell stop, and the market would put you into a sell. So there you can see the differences on what those different executions will do for you. And the last thing I want to talk about is saving the template. So you went through all this work of putting the RSI and your moving averages and whatever indicators you put on. How do you save this so that you can put it on any chart that you want? Well, you right click and you go to template. And you just go to save template, type in whatever name you want to save under, and you click save. And then from there, after you do that, whenever you pull up a chart, you go to template. And the one that I use is red-green. So I'll do that and click it, and it makes it look like this. It's a little different than what it was, but that has more to do with the zooming than anything. But it has the RSI and the moving averages. Thank you for watching this video, and please visit redwoodforex.com and sign up for our newsletter. Have a good day.